Hello there. In the Star Wars universe, there's many different armor, from Jedi armor, from droid armor. However, when I was a kid, armor that caught my interest was Mandalorian armor. In fact, Mandalorian armor has so much history about them that it's hard to find a Star Wars fan to keep up with all of them. So today we'll be talking about 10 interesting facts you probably don't know about Mandalorian armor. Fact number 1. In the beginning, the Mandalorian armor was quite different compared to widely recognized versions of Mandalorian armor. This armor was worn by the Mandalorians that called themselves the Crusaders, which wore this armor during the Great Sith War. Even though that the color and the organic form of the armor varied from warrior to warrior, the design of the armor centered around defending the wearer from melee combat. The Mandalorians believed that melee was the most honorable form of combat. The Mandalorian armor did not become exceptional with their signature style until the war between the Mandalorians and the Jedi. During the war, they had to change their armor, weaponry, and fighting style in order to fight the Jedi effectively. This update gave them a fighting chance compared to the helmet, cloak, and swords that were previously used by the ancient Mandalorian Crusaders. Now this leads us to our third fact. When developing Mandalorian armor, they had to make sure it was built with the best metal. They found a metal called beskar. This metal was rare and it was difficult to mine, and it was only found on Concordia, which was a moon near the Mandalorian planet. The lightsaber is unable to cut through this metal, which is an amazing accomplishment since we always believed that lightsabers to be such an advanced weapon. Fact number 4. Following 3978 BBY, the Neo-Crusaders began. They adapted a Pacific unified armor. Before the Neo-Crusaders, the armor had more variety since the warriors could choose their own personal style to be worn. Some of the different variations had horns and spikes sticking out of their armor. The reason why the Mandalorians switched to a unified armor was to accommodate all the different variety of species that joined their ranks. The unified armor was supposed to create unity among the warriors. This belief was continued with each new creation of Mandalorian armor. Fact number 5, 6, and 7. After the Mandalorian Civil War, the Mandalorian armor was split into two styles of armor. When the new pacifist Mandalorians gained power over the government, the warriors that disapproved and resisted were exiled and had to adopt their own style of armor. These surviving exiled warriors became the Death Watch, which adopted the traditional Mandalorian armor. This armor was designed through generations of warfare. Traditional Mandalorian armor consists of a helmet, shoulder pauldrons, vambraces, breastplate, codpiece, knee pads, and thin shin guards that clasp over a body stocking. While Death Watch adopted a traditional Mandalorian armor, the pacifist Mandalorians known as New Mandalorians wanted to shift their culture away from all the violence. Due to their peaceful ways, the traditional Mandalorian armor was altered to fit the beliefs of the New Mandalorians. Fact number 8. The armor of the Mandalorians was not built solely for human males. The Mandalorians had many different armor sizes to accommodate human females and males as well as aliens. The Mandalorians are not held together by race, but by culture. The Mandalorians accept great warriors who believe in the Mandalorian way of life. The first Mandalorians were not human, but a race called the Twang, who were from Coruscant, not Mandalore. The traditional Mandalorian armor didn't become into existence until after the colonization of Mandalore, which was named after their leader at that time. For full disclosure, a good portion of the information in this video is canon, but when we're talking about the beginning of Mandalorian culture, some portions that was added in this video is legends. Fact number 9. It is quite easy to see the similarities between Mandalorian and clone armor. You are not wrong to suggest that clone armor is inspired by Mandalorian armor. When clone armor was first designed, it was loosely resembled Jango Fett's armor. He wore Mandalorian armor, and that armor was used as the basis for the creation of clone armor. Even if you took a look at the Republic troopers during their Old Republic, you can see that they also built their armor loosely resemble Mandalorian armor. The Mandalorian's armor was a wonderful design built over time and perfected by warfare. Fact number 10, and the last fact on this list is understanding the new variations of Mandalorian armor. Before and during the Clone War, the Mandalorians kept to their unified armor. If you look at the pages that was released about the Mandalorian show, it looks like Mandalorians or these Mandalorians fade away from traditional Mandalorian armor and readopted variations of the Mandalorian armor. I hope all of you learned some interesting facts from this video, and maybe you didn't and I wasted your time, but putting all jokes aside, if you enjoyed watching this video, please like and subscribe. If you're interested about the Babylon 5 universe and want to know more about how Marcus was brought back to life, please select the video on the right. Thank you for watching Utopian Broadcast. I hope to see you next time on the Utopian Broadcast channel. Thank you.